So this is a guide for upgrading your ship in No Man's Sky. Now this guide is not going to be about upgrading your hyperdrive and getting warp reactors and stuff. I do have a video for that in the description below if that is what you're looking for. Also, you will need some money for your first ship. It's like a ship seed in a way. That the way the game works is that crashed ships are going to be the best way to upgrade. That ships start getting very pricey the further you get into the game, and it starts getting really crazy, honestly. I've seen on the Reddit ships go as high as 30 mil once you start getting into like the 40 inventory ships, but the crash ships will actually be based off of your current ship. So it'll have plus or minus 2 inventory spaces, and even then it's probably worth taking the ones that have plus 1 inventory since you can keep growing it from there, and eventually you could end up with a 48 inventory ship off of a small investment, but a lot of time put into it as you just go around farming crash ships. Now, to get your initial money, I do have a guide for money making in No Man's Sky. You can check that out in the description below. But pretty much, you can just use bypass chips. Bypass chips are really easy to make. That on any planet, you can find tons of iron, tons of plutonium, and then you just farm those up, make bypass chips, sell them for 3K each, and in no time, you're going to have a pretty respectable ship. So what I ended up doing was I was waiting at a space station, and I was looking for something that had a warp reactor sigma. This just lets you get a little further into the game a little quicker. Now, rare planets don't seem to affect the crashed ships, but it is just nice that you can maybe discover a really good money-making planet that can help you get a better starter ship. So what you want to do is get, 800k to a little over 1 million units, which won't take too long at all if you are going for bypass chips, or if you get really lucky and find a rare planet. I found a planet that had sac venom, and I was making 10 million units an hour, and I ended up buying a 10 million unit ship that has 35 inventory slots. Now I'm finding wild ships, or crash ships, that have up to 37 inventory slots. Now actually find and really farm crashed ships, it's not too hard. You just need to look for a signal scanner, which is introduced to you in the game. It's the thing that has a red beam that takes a bypass chip, and you want to scan for transmissions. That will take you to a transmission center. Now, if you scan and you see an observatory or a beacon, just keep scanning until you get a transmission center, and then at the center, you will talk to the computer, and the computer will give you a basic math question. Now, the math question is going to be something that's like a puzzle, +1 times 2, -1, -2, -3, -4. There's going to be some kind of incrementation to it for the most part. So a little bit of common sense knowledge in like 6th grade math, and you should be fine for answering the questions. After that, it will locate a distress signal that went unanswered, which is your crashed ship. Now, I do recommend going around your crashed ship and then looking for like all of the discarded stuff. There is debris, there's also the broken machinery, and those could have upgrades for your ship, which is pretty nice as well. So that's kind of all that there is to it. As you get into the higher ships, this is much more cost efficient than just buying new ships every time. Now, if you're upgrading these ships, you can get up to 1 or 2 more inventory slots. It's even worth taking the 1 inventory slot, and then you only have to worry about the resources for repairing the damaged machinery. So just kind of like look at the ships, see what you need to do, stockpile as many of those resources as possible, because then you can just kind of go around a planet and then keep upgrading your ship along the way, hop to the next planet, hop to the next star, and then you can get a maxed out ship instead of spending 20-30 million as you start getting in. It's effectively free, and you just have to kind of toss away the other ship you already had. Now, when I was first playing through the game, I was worried because I spent 10 mil and then suddenly 30 ships that had 37 inventory slots were popping up, and I thought I wasted my money, but really, this is what you need to do. So you can take one of those ships, and don't be dumb like me. Make sure that before you accept the ship, you transfer all your items. Now, you will still have the ship spawned in, but if you leave the game for any reason, like I tried to reset the game and I failed doing that, the ship will despawn with all of your items inside. So make sure everything transfers, double check all that, and then you can go fix up your ship, find the next one. That's really all that there is to it. So a lot of farming, a lot of dedication, but it doesn't take tons of money, just a little bit of time, and you can have one of the best ships in the game. So guys, enjoy the video. Hope you all have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching.